Dans les pupitres, dans les pupitres, dans les pupitres. Means in the desk in French. My friend Yuri taught me that. So I just wanted to take a little video on this beautiful black blood python. This is a snake that is very dear to my heart, the whole short-tail python family. But long story of kind of how I got into these. But my brother was visiting in town, and we went to a place called Fifth Street Bar and Grill, and I saw a guy who I used to know, huge heart, amazing guy, but you know, likes to get into the alcohol and the devil's dandruff. And I saw him, and I saw this snake. He's been keeping it for the last couple of years, and honestly, it was looking rough. It had some skin stuck on the eyes, some belly rot. It hadn't eaten in a while. And so I said, hey, it's okay, but I'm gonna come get this animal, and I'll try to get it fixed up. So right now it's kind of this bluey gray color because she's going into molt, but she has eaten twice, pooped. We soaked her for 8 hours, and we got the eye caps off. She was always sweet, like her personality is great, but I got this snake from a guy in Ontario when it was, I think, about maybe 15 inches long, just a baby. And this is maybe like 13 years ago. I had a bunch of these blood short-tailed pythons. I had a couple of these Curtis and then a few Python Curtis Brongers, the Malaysian blood python. And I bought a condo. They found out that I had snakes, made me feel like a drug dealer. I had to get rid of them. But yeah, my first time ever encountering these snakes was when I was like I think I was a young teenager, and I had ball pythons, but I went to PetSmart in London, Ontario with my parents. We used to go to White Oaks Mall and then go to PetSmart, and I saw a Borneo shorttail python, Curtis Breitenstein, and it was just this fat little chubby baby, and I just really, I don't know, it left a mark on me. I've always liked snakes, but always loved the bloods. And then in 2000, the year before I started tattooing, the most hungover I've ever been, me and my parents drove to Toronto for the day from Woodstock. And we went to this place called Dragon Farms. And they had all these little fat friggin' red Malaysian blood pythons, and they were all snapping at me. And my mom was like, I don't know if you should get one of those, John Bob. And then, you know, sure enough, I got one. I picked a calm animal, kept that for years. Chongo, I called them. Ended up selling Chongo. Got into my tattoo journey. And then I think when I started working at Government Street, maybe that was about 14 years ago, I kind of revisited bloods, and I got a small group and bred them. But I don't really keep snakes anymore. I've gotten more into the herpiculture, finding them in the wild. But yeah, these are awesome. A little information about these. These are from, well, the short tails are from Sumatra, Borneo, and Malaysia. The Malaysians are red. The Borneos are more brown, and they call this the black blood. This is the Sumatran. The ones from the north have orange eyes, and they're a little bit more brown. But the southerns, from southern Sumatra, they're quite black. People often comment on how fat they are because they're a really fat snake. They're a short-bodied snake. If you look at the tail is only a few inches long, so they're all body. So what they'll do in Sumatra, they're terrestrial. They're not going to be climbing. They're going to be sitting on the ground under some leaf litter for long periods of time. And just stalking their prey. And oh man, it's crazy how long these guys will hold on to poop. So they'll really let her back up. And then, like, you know, maybe sometimes like a month or two, they'll have a really dark, rich. I actually never found it smelled that bad, but they do have a stinky pee. So I used to keep them on like a cypress mulch or a coconut husk, and that used to really help with it. But yeah, so I took this from my friend, and I'm going to Oh no, she just had a pee. So that's gonna smell. I'm gonna have to clean that up. Honey had a goddamn pee. Well, yeah, so I'm gonna get this snake fixed up. I'm gonna get a couple more meals in it, and then I'm gonna get it back to its owner. But just wanted to share a little information about the black blood python and clean up Tweety's little pee. That's a way to end the video. Mother fragger. Much love, universe.